They said it's a tumor, but you know us, we don't come on here asking for money.
We are big guys. What's up, family? I'm Tommy.
I'm Sharon.
And welcome to DMO World. Guys, if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out.
This feels like early DMO World, doesn't it? Or,
you read my mind.
well, we're soulmates, buddy. We're soulmates.
You read my...
We're soulmates. I know what you're thinking.
Alright, like, true story, yeah? I was just in the bathroom. I thought, like, let me just put a little bit of gel on my hair. Let me just, you know, get a bit of mouthwash because I'm going to be talking close, you know, make sure my breath is fresh. And I was just thinking, I need to tell guys, because we set this set up, this is vintage DMO World vibes. And she just said it for me, so there you go, guys.
I know.
Throwback vibes. This like takes us back to the early days of DMO World when this is what we used to do.
I know.
The purple light in the background and me and her sat on the sofa.
I quite like this, actually. Let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back.
Yeah.
On that note, we have been talking about, well, it started off with a little bit of an argument about me not being involved with her podcast and me being in my feelings about her not being involved in my content. I want to be like this with our content. So anyway, we have said we might be doing a few more podcasts together over on Sharon's platform.
Yes.
Being Transfigured.
Focusing on all things marriage. So I'm going to bring like a marriage segment on there where I will have my husband on there. We'll talk about the things that we went through in our marriage or things that we might be going through to help some of y'all see that we're not all that perfect. No. But we are trying to get it together. Just
bear in mind, obviously, like, all married couples go through stuff. They go through stuff. So when you hear of other married couples that are going through things similar to you, you can relate to it. It does. It's not that it makes you feel better, but it makes you, if you can relate to other people, and they might also have a solution. So anyway, we'll stop rambling about that, but go and check that out. It's coming soon, guys. It's coming soon. So Sharon DMO, the purpose of this video, you've probably seen it in the title already. Let's get down to the nitty gritty, down to the meat and vegetables.
Meat and vegetables. And first of all, before going forward, I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you for your prayers, for your concerns, and just the love that you guys have shown us through the, through our pregnancy up until here. But actually, pause there. We have a special shout out because Tommy put out a video, where our car had broken down. He went to, was it Halfords, to get like a jump start thing, which cost like about 100 quid. And yeah, it's a lot of money for like some little box. That, granted, thankfully it worked. And then we were going through our comments and we saw one of you guys, Nikki Loves Love. Shout out to you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your contribution. Like, you didn't have to do all of that. You didn't have to give, that money in support of us. But, us, we don't come on here asking for money. We just say, you just watch the videos and all of that. But we are really grateful to you, Nikki Loves Love.
Yeah, so, thank you, Nikki Loves Love, from me as well. Because, it's not like Sharon said, we don't expect people to be giving us handouts. We're not on here for handouts. But if someone wants to tip us, give us a tip, we're very, very grateful. We don't expect it for someone just to go, okay, don't worry about it, I got you. There you go. We appreciate it. And the car does need some more work, but it's all right, guys. We're good. We got it covered, but we appreciate the gesture.
I pray that God blesses you even more and more and more in your life and for your family as well. But yes, with that being said,
let's get to the meat.
We need to, just give you an update, obviously, because the last video that you probably saw was the one of me going to the hospital.
Sorry, Sharon had a lot of backwards and forwards. As if you guys have been following us for the last couple of months, she's been in hospital because she had something in her stomach that showed up on a scan. They didn't know what it was. They thought it's probably a hematoma. They got the cancer clinic sarcoma to look at it, and they said they were initially worried, but they're not so worried now. It's probably just a hematoma as they originally thought. But then she had to go back for more scans. It hadn't shrunk, so they're worried again. So she had to go for a scan, a biopsy, and this is where we are now. We've actually got the definitive results because it's been done with a biopsy and it's been an MRI scan as opposed to a CT scan. So we've got definitive results now.
So I had the call from the doctor and they said, so what it is, it's not actually a hematoma like they thought, which is what I thought. I was like, that it can't be a hematoma, but obviously they said it's a tumor, but I don't want you to worry because it's not cancerous.
Thank you, Lord God.
Literally, when she said the word is a tumor, my heart sank. I felt sick. But then she was like, but it's not cancerous. I was like, thank goodness. I literally could have cried in that shop. I really wanted to cry. But then she started explaining more that obviously it's still a tumor. We need to still kind of have you under outpatients just to check things out. So we're going to book you in for another test. Another appointment for you to come in so that we can just talk about a, further plan. That's it. I was so happy. But then it's like, okay, I'm glad it's not. But then I'm like, okay, I hope it shrinks because I don't want surgery.
Yeah.
I don't want surgery. But what I'm so grateful. We're so grateful to God that it is not the dreaded cancer words. I think everyone dreads that. It dreads to hear it, especially when you hear, oh, I've got a lump. That's the first thing you think about. You think of the worst. And it's worse when you don't know. Like when they were doing the test, the going back and forth. And honestly, if you ask him, my mind was just not right.
To start with, when she initially went to go into hospital and they kept her in for that week, yes, I was very worried. Because obviously they had seen a lump on an X-ray or CT, one of the two. Both.
Yeah.
They'd seen a lump, so obviously I was very worried. I was going through all of her notes and trying to self-diagnose and trying to get some answers because obviously it takes a long time to get answers, so I was very worried. When the first time the cancer clinic looked at it and they said it doesn't look cancerous, that did kill my worry. I wasn't worried after that. Yeah, I'd kind of got the idea of the worst out of my head when they had seen it and said that. However, they did kind of get it wrong because they said it was the hematoma.
Yeah.
So they did kind of get it wrong. But as to piggyback off what Sharon just said, it is actually a tumour. The word tumour is scary, but it's a benign tumour, which basically means it's non-cancerous. I just want people to be clear. That's definitively, they've read that from the biopsy that it's not cancerous. So it's not something that's life-threatening. It could be a problem because it's, there's a lump in our abdominal wall.
Yeah, in a very odd place. Yes. That's the only, I guess, the kind of complication. Well, not complication, but like just slightly concerning for me anyway, because of where it is. They say it's quite rare to have a lump in your kind of abdominal muscle.
Yes.
So that's why I'm praying that like it doesn't grow, because I guess if it grows, that's when the pain comes.
Yeah.
So thank goodness I have not had that kind of crazy pain since coming out of hospital. So that's a positive.
Definitely a positive.
For me. Yeah.
And one thing I will say, you can call me Dr. Tom if you want. You can call me Dr. Tom if you want. Especially when we're in the act of lovemaking. I kind of diagnosed this, honestly. I'm very good at reading up on symptoms. I read all of her notes thoroughly. I went through it with a fine-tooth comb, looked at things, symptoms, and
put his doctor's coat on.
Yeah, put my doctor's coat on. Before, even when they were sort of toying with the idea of being a hematoma, I thought it sounds like something called a fibromatosis, or it can also be known as a desmoid tumour. That's what I thought it probably could be.
You got it right.
And that's what it was. They diagnosed it as fibromatosis. So I think the difference between that and desmoid, a desmoid is a more aggressive version of that, which we don't think is as aggressive. So yeah.
I will give my husband that, yeah. I will give him that. Like, if it's something like medical, I know the doctors say don't look at Google and blah, 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 but he's always trying to find what it is.
Because it's frustrating waiting for
he
doctors.
Doesn't like waiting.
And doctors are they can't say the wrong thing, so they're very, very cagey about what they say. But I have the notes there in front of me. So I've just gone through it with a fine tooth comb. And yeah, and it gives me a little bit of peace of mind sometimes if I can read the notes and have a look on Google. You know, sometimes Google can be scary, but sometimes Google can actually help set your mind at rest. I'm not necessarily suggesting everyone does that because it might be wrong, you might be wrong, but for me personally, it's just my coping mechanism of dealing with medical worries.
Yes,
and it
always go to your doctors.
But always go to, go to your doctors. Don't do what I do, but for me, it's kind of worked as a coping mechanism, but you know.
Well, actually, you can come to Tommy and he might give you a Tommy diagnosis, you know, just to keep set your mind at ease. You probably get it right.
And I'm a specialist in gynecology as well. You know, I can.
It's your type of men that go, I'm gonna be a gynecologist. I'm like, oh darling, what do you think? I should be a gynecologist? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. Just looking at women's anyway.
And or like maybe no, I'm not. I'm all right. Look, I'm joking, guys. Chill. I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking. All right. And also, don't come to me for medical advice because, like I say, I'm not really an expert.
It's not.
I did kind of get Sharon's right, but I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor.
You got yours right as well.
Yeah.
You're back.
Yeah. So yeah, going back, if you're interested in the story, I've actually got a condition which is like an inflammatory arthritis in my spine. Long story. I was going for a similar thing. I was going for tests, scans, misdiagnosis. You know, they thought it's just normal back pain, but my symptoms were different, and I was doing a lot of research on my symptoms, and I thought it's a condition called AS, ankylosing spondylitis. That's what I was suspicious of, and they were dismissing it. And it turns out it is that. That's actually what I got. But again, guys, I don't want you to worry about me because I've got a very mild case of it that really doesn't affect me in a crazy way. It's like it's a very it can affect some people very badly, and other people can get off quite light. And I'm one of the lucky few. So just to wrap it up, to reiterate for you guys, Sharon's going to be okay. She needs to be monitored. There's a possibility of surgery at some point, but she doesn't have any life-threatening conditions. So that's what we're happy and focused about. And we do, like I said in the last video, we've got some good news for you guys coming.
Yes.
What could it be? Could we be moving to Texas?
Could we move to Miami?
Could we move to Miami? Could it be another bun in the oven? We have got some news coming. Stay tuned for that. We can't say it yet, basically. It's not that we're deliberately keeping you in suspense. It's just you shouldn't ever announce something until
it's done.
Until
you the definitive,
right.
until you know that you know. Then when we know, then you'll know. Serious note, though. On a serious note, guys.
Thank you for all your prayers through this hard time.
So, see, you're making fun of me now.
Well, yeah, I was just getting you back. But no,
Thank you for your prayers.
This is here's to end the video. Let's do a little impression of Sharon. I just thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for all of your prayers, your well wishes, your thoughts through this very hard time. But we do thank you guys.
If you know how much prayer changes, you would appreciate prayers. Yeah,
I do appreciate
the amount of the heaviness that I felt during that time. Yeah, it's only God, only the prayers of the saints that lifted me up and your support. But it's so helpful.
Listen, guys, I'm not disputing that, and we do thank you for your prayers. I'm just doing an impression of you saying it. That's all. I'm not undermining the power of prayer and the support that these beautiful people, you beautiful people who watch us, give us. I'm not. I promise, guys.
I live with.
I'm not trolling you guys. I'm just doing a little impression, Sharon. All right, chill.
That's why we don't do sit downs anymore. It just turns into a roast Sharon. Roast it.
And a roast Tommy.
I don't roast you. What did I roast?
You roast my back.
I didn't roast.
You roast my ankylosing spondylitis.
I was merely stating facts that ankylosing spondylosis is a dinosaur.
But you were suggesting that I should be called ankylosing or Anky, as you said in the...
It's a nickname.
Okay, but I really think you need to rethink your... What accent is this? What are we doing? I don't know what accent I'm doing. Typical awkward Tommy and Sharon, but that's why you guys love us and that's why you watch us. Anyway.
Guys, we're back. We're coming back. Can you do that?
Yeah. We're coming back. Anyway.
We are big, guys. That should be our...
We are big, guys. It's like your head like moves like... Mine's like...
It's probably the hair maybe that makes it look like it's more exaggerated.
Anyway, let's close this out now because it's getting too cool with Tommy and Sharon. But
we're serious people.
We're serious people. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in another video very soon.
Cheers, mate.